Ever since my last calisthenics video, I've been getting a lot of people asking me how to combine both weights and calisthenics and how you can incorporate them both in training. And honestly, they go hand in hand in my opinion. For example, like with any typical calisthenics weighted movement, you can do that during training. For example, weighted dips, weighted pull-ups, push-ups. But if you're working on more of like an advanced calisthenics movement, like handstand push-ups, planches, I recommend doing that before training while you have the most strength, before you fatigue yourself. Today I'm going to be training chest, and I'll show you guys some exercises that I recommend that both incorporate weighted calisthenics as well as weights, and how I combine them both in one training session. I'm going to show you guys 6 exercises. 3 of them are going to be with weights, and then the other 3 are going to be calisthenics exercises. So for a workout, I recommend doing 4 of these exercises. So just choose 4 of them, choose 2 weighted and 2 calisthenics exercises. I just want to demonstrate 6 so you guys have some variety. Weighted dips are probably one of the best calisthenics exercises you could do. And with weighted dips, I recommend doing it kind of at the beginning of your workout, because that's when you have the most strength, obviously. So you can aggressively overload with like a 10 rep max, for example. So I'm going to do 10 reps and go for a new PR right here with 100 pounds. Keep in mind, I'm not going into this cold. I already kind of did a warm up with body weight, and then I went up like a plate, went to 2 plates, and now this is my first working set. I realized that was an 11 rep PR because I thought I hit 10, I actually hit 11, so that was a nice surprise. What I love about weighted calisthenics, specifically like weighted dips and weighted pull-ups, is they're really fun to progressive overload with. For me at least, it really gets my adrenaline up for some reason, doing bodyweight exercises like this. And it's just very rewarding because carrying your own body weight is, I think, is really important. It also just helps you maintain agility and the ability just to stay functional. You might hear a lot of people tell you that weighted dips are dangerous for the shoulders, and those are the people that usually don't do this kind of movement very often, so they're just not used to it. But in my opinion, weighted dips and things that kind of put your shoulders in that position can help you build longevity as well as make your shoulders resilient, because I hardly ever have any shoulder issues, and I always have like the crazy range of motion and make sure I emphasize the stretch in a majority of my movements. The reason when you hear like people getting tears, like pec tears, for example, or like when you see people use preacher curl and like this tear right at the extended position, is because they don't train from here to here. Typically when they train from here to here. So eventually when they do finally extend their bicep is really weak in that position, and then it tears. And a lot of the time those people are on steroids. So first of all, it's kind of rare to tear a muscle when you're natural. But yeah, that's why it's really important to train full range of motion, emphasize the stretch in all of your movements. So we're gonna go into the next set now, and I'm gonna do kind of like a drop set. So I'm gonna drop down to 2 plates, and then from there, I'll drop to body weight with no rest in between. So this is what I call an intensifier. So I just finished that. Now I'm gonna go right into body weight with no rest. And this is another reason why I like weighted calisthenics a lot. Expedience time. We'll be going back and forth from a calisthenics movement to a weighted movement. So now we're going to be using the Expedience Gym Monster 2 for an incline cable fly. And I'll be using the Smart Ring for this because the way it works is you just press this button right here and it'll start the tension for you. So for example, it just makes it a lot easier to get into position, because right now there's no tension until I press the button. So I can get into position and get ready like this. And then once I'm ready to go, I'm going to press the button and the tension will start. I think I have 47 pounds, just kind of a feeler set right now. And then when I'm done, I'll just press the button and the tension's gone. I think I'm gonna go for a new PR and go for 70 pounds. I'm gonna change how much weight is on the eccentric. So eccentric mode, adjust the weight to be heavier on the way down during the negative. I'll probably do like 20. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Oh, Hope you guys can understand now why I do a lot of heavy breathing during my workouts, because I actually train really hard. Even during my YouTube videos, I know a lot of influencers kind of don't train very hard for their YouTube videos to specifically get content since they're focused on that, but I want to make my workouts worthwhile. So it's not because I'm on steroids, it's because I'm breathing hard and go until failure basically every set. Another really cool thing about the ring is it has a knob on it that you can rotate, and that way you can adjust the weight up or you can bring it down. So I don't even have to go up and adjust it on the screen. I can just lay down right here and do a drop set in between sets without having to get up. Next exercise is going to be a cable fly, but without the bench. So if you don't have a bench, I recommend this one. So it's just gonna be above you. The way I like to do it is basically angle my body like parallel with the ground. And this just gives a lot more stability compared to if your body is like this, because it pulls you back and it's hard to balance. So facing downward like this really helps maintain control. Plus you can go a lot heavier in my opinion. So this is a good alternative if you don't have a bench, if the gym's crowded and you just want to get a cable fly in. I recommend this one. But yeah, if you want to get yourself a Speediance Gym Monster 2, I highly recommend it, especially if you want a home gym and you don't have very much space. This is perfect for that. So I'll put a link at the bottom for the Speediance Gym Monster 2, and you can use code JASON if you want to get a discount. Now, next exercise is actually really fun. This is a calisthenics exercise. I call it a rolling dumbbell fly. It's kind of like a cable fly. So if you don't have a cable and you want to practice, functionality and just have fun, I would recommend trying this out. So it's kind of like a plate fly, like if you saw in my last video, but with the dumbbells, they roll a lot easier. So this is how you do it. You get a nice stretch at the bottom. For the next calisthenics exercise, we have a deficit push-up. A deficit means you're gonna be going like below parallel, just for a better stretch in the chest. So I got 2 bumper plates right here so I can go much further down than if it was just on the flat ground. And I'll be doing an elevated foot just to add some difficulty. When you do an elevated foot, it'll also get a little bit more of the upper chest as well. If you wanna make this more difficult, you can do it with the weighted vest. And my last video shows a weighted vest I was using for handstand push-ups. So if you want to get one of those, you can check out that video. But yeah, aiming for 2 sets until failure here. So probably about like 15 to 20 reps with a really good slow eccentric and a nice stretch. Chest pump is insane. Fourth and final exercise is going to be a flat dumbbell press, and I got 60 pounds on each dumbbell. I finally got some dumbbells for my home gym. But I'm only doing 60 pounds because this is a 4th exercise and I'm already pre-exhausted. If I started the workout with dumbbells, I could maybe go up to like 90 to 100 pounds, but I could probably maybe just barely get 10 reps with this if I keep the form really clean. So yeah, this is actually a good finisher. A flat dumbbell press I think is great because like most people don't finish with the flat dumbbell press, so it's probably gonna shock the muscle. And it's just a fun way to change things up, you know what I mean? It's not an official chest workout if you don't have a posing session after your workout. So we're gonna do some quick poses and see how we're looking. I think I'm around 7.5–8% body fat, currently weighing 150 pounds, at 5'7". So. That's the end of the workout. Let me know what you guys want to see in terms of like calisthenics and weights. Like if you want me to do a shoulder workout with calisthenics or a back workout with weights and calisthenics, I can definitely make like a series on this if you want to see more. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. I typically respond to all the comments on my YouTube videos because YouTube support really means a lot to me, because with YouTube, everything is more personalized and you guys know me more on a personal level. So with this kind of content, it's a lot more genuine and I really do care for my YouTube audience. So I love you guys a lot. I appreciate the support. I will see you in the next one.